All righty, my people, my people, my people. What a beautiful sound there. That was another band rewind performance from the 2017 winners of the High School Band of the Year, Bog Walk High School's musical Eagles. Well done. They sounded good. All right, my people. It is always said, if there is no door, create one. And our next guest did just that, from passion to profit. He started making knives as a hobby, and now it's a business. He joins us via Zoom, engineer and custom knife maker, Jabulani Johnson. Welcome to Smile Jamaica, Jabulani. How are you?
Good morning, Empress.
It's good to see you. All is well?
Yes, all is well. How is you? How are you?
I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. Boy, you look youngy. Let me ask you something, Jabulani. 2017, you started making knives. And I have two with me, and they're heavy. They look powerful. Tell me where the journey began, the genesis.
Well, I'd say the journey really began from me learning to cook. Being in the kitchen kind of became that drive towards, trying to make knives and trying to better my craft. But I'd say I was really introduced to knife making back in 2016. I stumbled across a video on Facebook, and this guy was making knives using, the bare minimum. He hardly had any resources and he had very little knowledge. And I kind of thought to myself, like, this guy sounds like me. I was in the same position. I always had a passion for, cooking and, making things with my hands. So, I kind of started to, research as to how to make knives, and I started to read and try to kind of develop a kind of knowledge base before I actually made my first knife. And eventually in 2017, I finally made my first knife, and it was pretty ugly, but at the same time, I was very proud of it nevertheless.
Listen.
And it kind of snowballed into what it is right now,
Which is what? Where are we? The brand is called KK?
The brand is actually called Karma Knives. And the whole idea behind Karma Knives is, it's what goes around comes around. So if you invest in a proper knife and you invest in taking care of it, your knife will in return perform for you as a professional or as a regular home cook.
Tell me about the material. Your knives are very heavy. They feel very strong and sturdy. Tell me about the material and how you
All
make
right,
knives.
so I try to incorporate as much recycled materials as possible, or when available. But my handles are usually made from locally sourced material. As you can see with this one I have here, this is actually a nikiri. It's made from Jamaican bamboo with a composite bolster. This is called the bolster here, and I decided to add like a copper spacer because it kind of look fancy. So my knives are very unique, to be honest. The blades are made of high carbon steel. When compared to their stainless steel counterparts, I go with high carbon steel because, for one, they hold a really sharp edge, and they're so easy to sharpen, And believe it or not, they stay sharper for longer. And also something that you can't achieve with a stainless steel blade is this beautiful patina, right? This is the natural oxidation of the steel. Let me see if we can see. Yeah, this is how the steel naturally oxidates over time, but I forced this patina to give it such a beautiful cloud pattern type of design, So these knives are very unique.
They do look unique. Unfortunately, I don't have. I have two. Did you send these to me? I just want to know because I plan to go home with them.
Oh yeah.
Why am I laughing? Listen, I don't have anything to cut though. Jabulani, I wanted to test them out. I always have a problem with knives, and how do you sharpen knives? Do you have a knife sharpener in the kit?
Actually, I do most of my sharpenings by hand. They're handmade, they're sharpened by hand. It's the whole idea of keeping it authentic. I use a stone to sharpen my knives because using a machine kind of damages the blade over time. So this using a stone to sharpen your knives really is a gentle way to do it, to refine that edge, to get it razor sharp every time. And it's a process, but it's also a labor of love.
So how long would your knives last if I'm using them every day?
Well, this is something I think about a lot. my knives are made to last a lifetime. It's something that makes me feel small when I really look at it. That years after I'm gone, my knives will still be around. Telling stories. As they evolve into being, such awesome tools. It's kind of like functional art. They look artistic. Check out this one. This is actually a Japanese style deba, which was designed to cut fish and break down large type of proteins. The knives tell a story. I put my heart and soul into them, and it's just such a humbling feeling to know that, as I said, this will be my legacy after I'm gone.
I've never heard a man talk about knives like he would a woman. Um, he's so passionate about his knives. Listen, I'm with you. I feel I will never buy another foreign knife again. I can only buy common knives. They feel good, and it's just the way
Thank
you
you.
speak about the passion. You're an engineer by day and a knife maker by night. Am I correct?
I'd say I'm an engineer 24/7, because I try to incorporate techniques and skills that I've learned through engineering to better to improve the design of my knives constantly. I'm thinking about things like, how can I optimize this process, or how can I reduce waste, or not even reduce waste, but how can I utilize the waste that I produce? So these are constant questions that I ask myself, to better the process. And as an industrial engineer, a big part of my job is to focus on optimizing and getting the most out of systems and improvement.
All right. A little. Okay, you're still there. Okay. So since I can't cut anything on set, Jabulani, except maybe my paper, right? And it's slicing right down my paper, people. Look how easy that. Look. Watch out! The knife. Oh, watch out! Watch out! Hey! Bite it sharp. All right. Before we get to how do you buy these knives, because I'm all. You're Jamaican, right?
Of course.
Cause I'm all. No, people can come with all kind of accident and trickery. You are Jamaican, and I am going to speak right now to my people watching. Buy no other knife but this. All right? We're going to talk about the price in just a minute. But first, I tested it with the paper and it cuts. Neville, come here. Let me see. No, no, I'm just messing with you all. Don't practice what you see me do at home. Boss, engineer, passionate knife maker. Show me something with your knife,
All right. So this Nikiri knife is designed for cutting vegetables and things like that. The whole point of having a flat blade is so that when you pass through food, the knife makes direct contact with the cutting board. All right, so let me demonstrate with some cabbage. All right,
Go back a
all right,
little
guys.
bit. Show back
Hold on, let me
little.
adjust the camera.
No, man,
Okay,
you're good,
cool.
you're good. Your camera nice.
All right.
I like your angles.
So
Yeah.
here we go. So as you can see, it's cutting effortlessly. You so it moves through food like it doesn't even exist. So let's try some like a carrot.
Yes.
So the Deba knife, it has a really heavy blade to pass. So the weight of the blade ends up doing most of the work. So it passes through the carrot so
Yes.
easily. The sharpness of the knife plays a huge role in how the knife functions, because we all know nobody likes a dull knife. The dull knives are quite dangerous things to have in your kitchen.
Yes, I tell you, I have quite a few. That's why I say I want to take these two home with me. So let's talk about chop up some more carrot. Let me see. I want the knife there. Let me see that.
All right, so let me use the Nikiri.
The knife, them all have fancy name. Nikiri. Slice.
Let's see how thin the carrot is sliced.
Yes. I just wish you were on set to cook up something for me because you are a chef as well, correct?
I'm actually, yes, I would consider myself as being the chef in the family, even though my mother would disagree.
They all would disagree, but I'm sure you're a great chef.
Right.
Now, I tell you, they feel good. I mean, I feel like I want to get in the kitchen and work with them. Very sturdy. Can you tell me now, Carmenize, let's start with the price range and where we can support you. And I'm telling you, Jamaicans only buy these knives as Christmas gifts presents, birthday gifts for the family. All right, talk to me now while I feel up my knife then.
All right, so as you know, these are handmade knives. So with them being one of ones, you'll never find two of a kind. You'll never find two Nikiris that look like this. You'll never find two Deba knives that look like this. Or you'll probably never find a fillet knife that looks like this. So, the prices vary, based on knife and materials used and, the whole design of the blade. So the prices will vary. However, you can check me out on Instagram at karma_knives, and I'll, feel free to reach out and we can discuss, various knives that you might be interested in. So as I said, the prices will vary, depending from, blade to blade. So there isn't really a set price that I could, name,
All right. And you're not just catering to the domestic chef like me, the mother that cooks at home, but you're also catering, it sounds like, to the entire industry of hospitality, chefs, hotels. I mean, this is big. I mean, are you rich yet, or is it like 2021? Because I feel something this morning, and I feel that you're going to be super, super rich if we can get these exported. Yeah, the man knife can't dull people. This is something special. So I'm feeling like this global expansion. I'm seeing export. I'm just seeing goodness. Where are you, truthfully? Where are you now, and where are we going 2021? Let's vision it together. Let's visualize it. Let's go.
When I started making knives, I honestly didn't started to make money from it. It was something that it was like a new love. So I was really doing it for the love of it, to be honest.
Hold on. You make me feel like do it for the love when I do it for the likes. Do it for the love, come on, nice. All right, keep going. I'm excited for you. Go.
I was doing it for the love of it. Really, when I really got that push was when my sister introduced me to Chef Brian Lumley, and I realized that I'm not the only one that likes my knives. He ended up purchasing. He was the first one to purchase knives from me, and to this day he still supports me. So I would say, going into the future, I'm looking forward to kind of standardizing my design. Coming up with like, let's say, a line of knives that I'd feature every 6 months, or every over a particular time period. But I'm looking forward to expanding into other kitchen tools as well, whether it be cutting boards and other kitchen instruments, that could really enhance the performance of, whether it be a world-class chef or a mother at home. My mother has her personal Karma knife that that's the only knife she uses.
Well, listen. Of course it's the only knife she's going to use. Come on now. Jabulani, I have to leave it there. I wish you so much success 2020 and beyond. All the best.
Thank you.
Great job. We're proud of you here on Smile Jamaica. And people, you know which knife to buy. The man who is passionate about his knife. A chef's best friend, Jabulani Johnson, engineer and custom knife maker. All right, my people, from sharp edges to the flying dresses, don't move a muscle. We're going to cut and come back.